Hey everybody, it's Brian, and today I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the soon-to-be released Custom Dynamics LED Batwing windshield trim with the new Gen 4 upgraded LEDs. So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a big thank you to Custom Dynamics for providing me with this light to do this install for you. I wanted to give you a contrast of what this looks like compared to an HD product. This is the Harley Davidson windshield trim turn signal. I got this when I first purchased my 2014 Harley Davidson, was really disappointed. So let's get a look at how this looks when it operates. So now you can see it's on. You can see that you have these pure white lights of my LEDs, of my Pro Glow custom dynamic lights. More importantly, you can see in the turn signals how white it has, that white pure light. This turn signal windshield trim that we're going to be installing features the same lighting. So you can see the difference in contrast of how dim this is when it runs, and it only runs in an amber where the new ones are going to run in white. So let's show you how it operates. You can see the turn signals are just really overpowered by the custom dynamic lights. And just for fun, we're going to throw on the 4-ways. And you can see what this looks like before we install it. And I want you to see the difference right away of what a Harley Davidson product at the same price point looks like compared to a Custom Dynamics product. All right, so now we're just gonna take out these 3 T25s. I know all the internetians are gonna tell me that I shouldn't be using a power tool to do this, but it's how I'm doing it. We're gonna walk over this side, and it's not to scratch my windshield. And we're gonna pop this out. So now the next thing that we're gonna need to do is remove the T25s that hold the inner fairing, or actually from the inner fairing that hold this outer fairing out. So we're gonna go ahead and cover our fender as not to scratch anything. We are gonna leave this lightly in place. That way the fairing doesn't fall free. If you only have one set of hands, you wanna make sure you're doing it that way, because if this falls free, you're gonna scratch your fender. All right, so now we're just gonna cover up the fender here, and then we can get working on those 4 T25s on the back. Okay, so now we're gonna take out the 2 T25s that are holding in or holding on to the outer fairing. That one, we're gonna take out the second one here. And off it comes. Okay, now turning to the other side of the bike, we're going to do the same thing. One of the things that I like to do is once we get this last screw out, I like to go ahead and make sure that this, and you can't see it, but the fairing is still secured at the top, and I can pull on it and it's not coming loose, because again, we don't want to drop our fairing. Yeah, go ahead and hold that. So I'm going to bring in a second set of hands just to hold that, just to be sure, because that is not a bill I want to pay. Loosen these out by hand, and then we should be good to go. And as you can see, the fairing is still snug. It's not falling off. So now that we have the 2 screws out, we have this remaining, we have the fairing loose, we're going to go ahead and undo the passing lamps. Stock passing lamps, as my understanding, have nuts. Mine have hexes. Same concept though, you're simply just gonna loosen these so you can get this off. So I already started on this one here, but we're just gonna back this out. Come to the other side here, back this out. You want to grasp this. You want to make sure that you're grasping this so it doesn't fall. And now that you have it, you can just lay it down, take the bolt out. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and move this blanket here so we don't rub on the fender. And now you can see we have the connectors that we need to get to. So now, as you can see, I've got this free, and the fairing now moves out. So we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'm not going to film it, really obviously works the same exact way, but you want to make sure that you're protecting your fender and your lower fairings by making sure you have a blanket that's going to protect the passing lamps, and it does provide them with some support so they're not just hanging off those wires. I know I've seen some of the Harley techs do it that way. Personally, it makes me a little nervous, so we're going to do it this way. Okay, so what I did is I went ahead and disconnected the Custom Dynamics Pro Glow connector it has for the Bluetooth connector. I didn't want to include that in the install because you may or may not have that. Went ahead and we're going to go now manually uninstall this. And I did forget to tell you a step. The next step we are going to have to do is unplug our headlight. Again, want to make sure our fairing's protected. We're going to reach in, we're going to unplug our headlight. Make sure we have our cable free. And this is always a good time to remind you, have a place that you've planned out where you're going to put this. Worst thing you do is be running around with a $1,000 fairing with a headlight in it. You have no idea where it's going to go. So we're just going to pick this up. We're going to take it away cleanly, make sure it clears the bike, and we're going to place it over here safely. So now that we have everything apart, we have everything exposed, I went ahead and took the new light out. We're going to take the plastic off the center here. And what I want to do is just dry fit this. I want to have this set up so I can run my cabling, make sure everything's going to work. It's kind of one of those tests first before you put everything back and it doesn't work, which unfortunately is my MO some days. So what we're going to do is we're going to run this cable over to this side of the bike, run this one over here, and we're just going to put this screw in by hand. The package does come with new screws, and I will install those at the final fitting. So now we have this connected, and we have it loosely fitted. So now we can go ahead and try the connectors. So now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and disconnect this, which is the connector for the standard turn signal. And then we are going to take this connector, which basically is just a simple Y connector, and we're going to plug the male end into this piece here. And we're going to slide that back up a little bit. And then we're going to connect the female end to here. And then we're going to go ahead and give it a quick test. So I just went ahead and backed the camera out. So like I was saying earlier, you're going to want to make sure that this metal piece here is grounded to the bike. So we're just going to touch this metal piece to make sure our passing lamps still work along with our turn signals. Going to go ahead and turn the bike on. And let me see if you can see that. You can see that we have the passing lamps on and we have the white on, which should be running. If I go ahead and put my hazards on, they turn amber. I went ahead and did the other side. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but both sides are working. So now we have the lights working, and now we're just going to go ahead and reassemble the bike. All right, so I put the bike back together. The one thing I did want to show you here is that when you put this cable that goes from the back here, you want to put it in that little opening in the vent. Not a vent, it's actually a hole in the fairing there. And when you secure it, you just want to make sure it's secured and it's not pinched. So we're just going to go ahead and tighten this down. All right, so now that we have everything installed, so the whole front of the bike now is Custom Dynamics. Custom Dynamics amber to white turn signals, Pro Glow passing lamps, Pro Glow headlight, and now the Custom Dynamics brand new version 2 using the Genesis 4 lights for amber and white. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Look at that. So now you're getting pure white and you're getting a white temperature that matches, so the bike looks consistent from here all the way up. Go ahead and throw on the four-ways. You can see just how much brighter than they are rather than the Harley ones. I mean, these are, it's hard to maybe tell on camera, but these are substantially brighter. You can see it. Once we do a night shot, you're really gonna see it. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn the four-ways off. Riding down the road, we've got our white on, which I really like for safety. A lot of people will tell you that you need to be heard, but I think you need to be seen more importantly. And because this is up at the highest point of the bike, I really think this is a huge feature to have for your bike. Go ahead and hit turn signals. There we go. So we've got white on one side, got this indicator flashing amber, along with the white to amber turn signal on the bottom. So we have amber on both sides. Turn it off, we go right back to white. Same thing when we hit the other side. Really happy with this. Custom Dynamics products come with a lifetime warranty. I've been very happy. All the lights I currently have on my bike, minus my Tour Pack top light and the side rails, are Custom Dynamics, and you definitely can see a difference. And there's definitely a safety feature with having lights these bright. So that's it for now for daytime. Now that we have the bike on, you can see that the whites are nice and consistent. That pure intensity white that I like so much about the Custom Dynamic lights. And you can see the difference in how bad the Harley light was in the same price range. Let's go ahead and operate the turn signals. And I mean, this is really all about safety. You really want to be seen, and having that light up so high is important. There's the, go ahead and we'll put the four ways on. Now, if you really want to step it up, you need to look into the Pro Glow headlights, either the white halo or the custom lights that you can change the color. I have videos of those on my channel. If you would please check them out. Go ahead and turn that on. And that absolutely, you own the night at that point. I mean, that's a lot of light coming at you. You're definitely going to be seen, and you're going to be that much safer on the road. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Consider subscribing to my channel and ringing the notification bell. These are the things that really help my channel grow and help me produce content like this. I'd appreciate it too. Leave a comment. I'd love to know what your favorite Custom Dynamics light is, and what the your go-to light is, whether you have the strobes or the lights like this, the headlights, or the Gen 4 amber to turn signals. Also, I wanted to give a big thank you out again to Custom Dynamics for making this possible to give me a pre-production release of the headlight so I could produce this video for you. Really appreciate all their support. If you like this, make sure you check out the version 2 of the Windshield Trim. I'd highly recommend it. I hope you're all well. I hope you're staying safe, and please remember, you are not alone.